Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the start of a series I've been thinking about for some time. In this series, I'm going to attempt to play my version of hardcore WoW that I've kind of developed for myself and trying to get every class on the Alliance side to level 60 without dying. Um, so it's obviously going to be quite a long series, quite substantial in length, as this will take some time to do. But I think it could be pretty fun. I have no idea if it'll be interesting to watch. I'm gonna have a good time doing it. I like leveling in WoW, and hardcore really adds that challenge. Um, I have never done this before. I've never done anything like this before. So this will be fun. I've played a lot of WoW in my life, so I know what I'm doing. And I played a lot of WoW classics since it's come out. So I got that going for me. But yeah, I hope it's some fun. Hope it's okay to watch. Hope you find it entertaining or educational as to WoW, because I got game knowledge that I'm gonna have to be flexing, because this could segue into my particular rules that I'm gonna be using. Um, Let me actually just pull up a notepad. And capture its source. Add a source. Notepad. Notepad done. All right, great. All right, let's make that a little smaller. Okay. Great. And let's make the font a bit bigger. Actually, don't know, how do you change fonts in WordPad? Actually, I have no idea. Font, there we go. Let's go to size 18 font, and let's do Cydia Sans. Looks good. Yeah. Okay. So, rule number 1. Die equals delete. That's the rule number 1. Pretty standard for a hardcore rule set. If a character dies, I instantly log out and delete that character. Can't do anything else with that character. And that'll become more obvious as why that matters later. 2, no auction house. No auction house. Or trading with other players. Yes, no trading with other players, no accepting gifts, no auction house, nothing like that. So that's also pretty standard. Number 3, no grouping or help from other players. This, is a rule that obviously, it exists, but if someone is walking by and helps me kill a mob, that's I can't help that from happening every once in a while. I'm playing it on a particularly unpopulated realm, though, so hopefully I shouldn't run into literally anybody. So that should be nice. But yeah, no grouping with other players, no help either intentionally or unintentionally with other players, and ideally, no, don't. Ideally, I never see another player in the game. Is kind of how this works. So those are pretty standard rules so far. For me, personally, I am going to play with no add-ons. I think that's going to make the game more difficult, more time intensive, and test my knowledge better, because the fifth rule, in addition to no add-ons, no outside assistance. For instance, looking up quests, etc. So when I'm playing this series, I am going to have this on my screen, recording on the other screen, and nothing else. This one is just going to have to be on our system, because in between recordings, of course, I could technically look things up, but that's my personal challenge. I'm not going to look up anything. If I'm stuck on a quest, I can't figure it out, and I haven't done it before, and I don't remember. That's how it is. Maybe I don't get to that quest, or it takes me some time to figure it out. So, no outside assistance, looking up quests. That's another rule for myself. Which I think those 2, 4, and 5 rules will make this pretty difficult. Or it will flex. It'll take some game knowledge to work through that. But I think it'll make it a bit more entertaining. A bunch of add-ons, a bunch of looking up all the best ways to do things, that stuff like that. I'm just not going to do that. Going to be all my talent choices, all my routes, my quests I do, all those kinds of things, how the quests are done. That's all going to be coming from me and me alone. The sixth rule I have is I can trade between characters. And that's just giving me a little leg up, because this is going to be pretty difficult. But the way I'm kind of thinking about doing this series is going to make that not as beneficial as it might seem. So what I'm going to do, so those are the rules. And I can't, I'm just thinking if I've missed anything. I don't believe so. If I die, so rule number 1, die equals delete. Rule number 2, no auction house or trading with other players. Number 3, no grouping or help from other players within reason. I can't help other people helping me when, if people are consistently helping me, I can just log back in. But I'm playing on an unpopular realm, so that shouldn't be an issue. Number 4, no add-ons. 5, no outside assistance, no Googling, no nothing like that. And number 6, I can trade between my players, because what I'm doing is I'm going to try and get every class on the Alliance side to level 60. And what I'm going to do is every episode is going to be a new class. That will give me a bit of rested XP as things happen. It will give me just a little bit of buffer, and also won't make the trading between characters be too overpowered. If I played one class to 60 and then started another class, trading back, giving tons of gold, tons of bags, stuff like that, to buy like the gear from the vendors that I would need and stuff like that, would be a bit too good, right? It might get a bit repetitive in the starting zones, but I'm going to choose every race I can and kind of vary that up as much as I can, and go in different directions, do different areas, different quests. It's going to be repetitive. It's classic. There's grinding. That's how it's going to happen. But every episode's going to be, I'm going to rotate out classes in order. So every episode's going to be a new class. And I'm not actually sure how long I'm going to make episodes. Maybe 45 minutes, an hour, maybe 2 hours. I don't know. But that's how I'm going to do this. And so we're going to start with Warrior, even though that is absolutely the hardest class to play hardcore on. So we're gonna start with Warrior, but we're not gonna get to Warrior all the way to 60 before starting anything else. And oh yes, so if one of my characters dies, I have to restart that character. I'm not gonna just cancel the series if that character dies. So that I'm expecting it to happen. I'm expecting the series to kind of never end. Getting all 8 classes to level 60 will be um, immensely difficult, and I'm expecting deaths, especially on classes like warrior or well, really just warrior. Every other class has lots of escape tools and self healing and stuff that should make it so if I play safe, I don't die. But warrior is just, you can play as safe as you want, but you just will die if you, well, just because, just a couple bad luck, bad dodges, bad crits against you, dead. Um, so that's the rule set. That's how I'm going to be doing this, and let's just get started. So let me just get rid of this notepad. There we go. All right, I've got the music now coming in. Okay, so we're gonna start with a warrior. It's gonna be human because human is the best class for warrior, and I need every advantage, or best race for warrior, and I do need every advantage I can get with a warrior. So it's gonna be human, even though that's pretty basic. It's pretty stock standard stuff there. It's gonna be warrior. So yeah, we'll just randomize a guy just until I like the look. Sure, old guy like that. That's good. Danos, perfect. Let's do it. All right, I'm playing on the Atish realm, which is the lowest population realm that I could see. On this is also on classic era, of course. So classic, and yeah, let's just get started. So I'm gonna play this for a little. The starting zones for each of these characters is gonna be obviously kind of a slow episode. Not much is gonna be going on. I don't really know what I'm gonna talk about. I am streaming this on Twitch. Don't have any viewers right now, of course, but I am streaming this on Twitch, so I might talk Twitch chat if some people join in, that kind of stuff. Especially on these easy, grindy episodes. That should be no problem for me. Shouldn't be high risk or anything like that. So we're going to, I guess what I can talk about a little bit is what I'm expecting to accomplish in the episode. So in this one, obviously, in about 45 minutes or an hour, I definitely can get out of the starting zone. I could start. I get to the starting zone, kind of pick up professions, and I guess for this particular character, for Danos here, best profession probably will be engineering, because engineering is the best survival tools profession. So warrior kind of doesn't need it. Alchemy's also fine. Technically, you could, I guess, do blacksmithing if you wanted to get a little extra gear, but the gear from professions that make gear isn't amazing. So it's going to be a lot of engineering, and that's going to be pretty boring to watch me grind engineering when I need to, but it's the best way to guarantee some safety. Because, in other classes I might be able to go without engineering. And being able to trade between characters definitely means I'm gonna want, an alchemist. It would be nice to have a blacksmith, a tailor, and a leatherworker, but I might not want to do that. So that might not be something we end up doing. But on this guy, definitely mining, engineering was going to be the play. And I might even, what I could do is make this guy like engineering, like start obviously mining engineering, but then move him to engineering and something else that gives him survivability, or like enchanting, like so he can enchant his own armor, give himself some like movement speed on boots, those kinds of things. The only problem with enchanting in classic is that to get it the highest level enchantments, require going to Uldaman. And even as a max level or near max level, Uldaman's kind of sketch to go in as a warrior. So that wouldn't be particularly safe. And I wouldn't be sure about that. And that's a long way off. So, you see, this is where not looking things up is really going to be tough for me because I don't recall when you get movement speed on boots and enchanting. I don't think it requires an incredibly high level. It might be a world drop too, so that could be tough. I don't really recall. Yeah, that's gonna be, those kinds of things are gonna be tough. Trying to like decide, oh, is this a quest item I need, or is it what profession, like where do I get a rest profession, or those kinds of things. Those are gonna be the tough, difficult parts of this thing. Like not just not dying, but where to find those little edges and where they even exist, and also how to do them efficiently and effectively. So yeah, that's gonna be tough. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, this guy definitely will do. We'll start with engineering and mining. Just get that off the ground. Get myself to some target dummies, some exploding sheep. The goggles you get from engineering are also relatively useful to get some stamina and spirit, I believe it is. And just additional armor and add slot you don't normally fill till much later in the levels. So engineering will definitely be worth the grind. So that will be good. Okay, nearing the end of these two first quests here. Obviously, no problem at all. Things in the starting zone deal almost no damage, so absolutely not concerned at all. And so I guess if you've never really tried a hardcore run for yourself, if you never really tried a hardcore run for yourself, hold on. Huh. Yeah, sorry. If you never tried a hardcore run for yourself, it is obviously very difficult. But some things to keep in mind are, like, do not go in caves. Almost ever. Especially as a warrior. I'll go in a cave or two if I'm feeling pretty particularly confident. Or high level for that cave, or if I'm playing a class with a ton of escape tools, stuff like that. But even in the classes with lots of escape tools, you never know how things are gonna go. You think like, oh yeah, I've got like sprint and vanish and everything up, but you never know, or feigned death for hunter, that kind of stuff. You never know when things are gonna still go wrong. So that's not always good enough to have those escape tools. But as a warrior, like, I might not even go in the first mine you get to after the starting zone. Like, I literally might not even go in there because spawning can be weird in there, and like you think you're fine, and then you're not, right? So I might go in it later than I typically would on a regular playthrough. That's probably what will happen here. Let's go get the sword from this quest. Let's just speed ourselves up a bit. Slower, I think, is better. Well, for us right now, I guess a little faster would be better. And hammers are cool. Hold on. Let me also just. Sorry, because this, you know, I'm recording this live and I don't want there to be any cuts in it. So there's gonna be some times where I'm just going to my Twitch stream to because someone posted in my chat a spam thing, and I for some reason for my Streamlabs oh, there's me. I couldn't ban them. Ban. There we go. For some reason I couldn't do that on Streamlabs. There we go. Sorry about that. So yeah, obviously, yeah, I'm doing this live, so there's gonna be some things like that happen. But for the most part, especially later on, I'm gonna be pretty focused on the gameplay because I don't want to die. Obviously, there's gonna be times where I get into really, you know, good routine and things are going really well and really easy. But even then, you really can't get too complacent. Because you never know when you might just zone out a little. Like right now, even right now, like these guys are not supposed to be this hard. I guess they're level 4. They're oh shit. Oh no. Oh my god. Okay. Well. Yeah. There you go. A little embarrassing to have that kind of a close call at level 3. Yeah. Warrior is going to really be hard. I'm going to have to really take things slow as a warrior and really not just be like, even when I think I'm killing mobs easy, keep a good awareness of my surroundings and make sure I don't back into any mobs or have any mobs pad on me. Especially before I get like engineering and bombs and stuff like that to help kind of alleviate those problems. Stuff like that, yeah, it's gonna be tough. I mean, this is, I see, like exactly like this. That was kind of a risky pull there to pull like that. Sometimes there's chests. Is there any chests over there? I don't see any. Yeah, that was a close call for level 3. In the setting zone, the mobs typically don't deal enough damage to really threaten you, but I guess 2 and then a third one. I think if that third one hadn't come, I think I would have been fine. It still would have been a little closer than I would have liked, but I think I would have been just fine. But that third one coming in from behind really got me. Nice crit, big crit there. And so yeah, I guess I could talk a little bit more about the kind of play style and build that each character is going to do. So for this warrior, I'm probably going to level him pretty heavily in the protection tree, I would guess. But so the thing with like classic is like defensive abilities and defensive talents and defensive gear is great, and it definitely does help your survivability. But oftentimes, killing things faster is what helps you not die in a fight. Like if you pull 4 guys accidentally, you can have all the defensive talents and all the defensive gear in the world. You still might die because you take too long to kill them. Whereas conversely, if you're just completely glass cannon, you pull 4 guys and they kill you in 2 seconds. That's also not good. So it's not all about just stacking as many defensive stats as possible. It's a bit more to it than that. I would say it's definitely kind of a balance. You don't want to go all in one direction on either gear or talents. You're gonna want to go. You're gonna want to go kind of somewhere in the middle on both. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give it some thought. I'm not gonna look up any guides. Not gonna do any research or anything like that. I've played Warrior in Classic several times. Don't actually think I ever got a Warrior to max level in Classic. Definitely played a few and have done a few hardcore runs that have inevitably died in Classic as Warrior. So, yeah. So I have some thoughts about it. So we'll see. We'll see. I think, without looking at a talent calculator, I'm pretty sure the first. I mean, getting parry chance is great because in classic, parry resets your. Oh, I forgot to lose guy. When I ran away. Parry resets your melee attack. So, oh God, this guy again. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. I should be using kiting a bit more, especially when I get a slower weapon. But parry resets your melee attack. So parry is great because it's both DPS increase, because whenever you parry, you get an extra attack, and it's obviously a great defensive ability because you get to not get hit as much, and it's just straight. It's not like block where it only mitigates damage. It's a straight damage, complete mitigation. So pretty great there. I feel like these bandanas are not dropping as much as is typical, but that's okay. A little extra farming. I'm probably just gonna stay in this zone in Northshire Valley until I'm level 6. Like if I'm done all the quests and I'm not quite level 6, I'll just kill a few things on level 6 because that's just just a little safer. Just stay a little over leveraged. So every once in a while I'm gonna grind some mobs, but I'm also because I'm not doing any dungeons, obviously, because that would be absolutely nuts. Theoretically, I could do a dungeon once I'm way over leveled. If I was like getting really unlucky with gear drops and knew there was an upgrade for me in a dungeon that I was supremely over leveled for, I guess I could do it. Even then though, especially as a warrior, like as another class, maybe I can do that. As a warrior, I just don't think I can. It's just a little too risky. Like the chances of a upgrade, and it just probably won't happen. That there will be an upgrade in a dungeon that I know about. Ooh, that's slightly better, but not gonna be. We're going to replace it immediately. Chances are really low there's going to be an upgrade in a dungeon I know about that is still an upgrade for me at a level I can solo that dungeon. That's going to be incredibly unlikely. It might happen, though, and that could be a little fun little challenge episode. It's like, oh, we're about to, go into the Dead Mines at level, like, 35 or whatever to get, I don't know, Smite's hammer, because my weapons suck or something like that. I could see that happening. Let's go with the Warhammer, just switch things up a bit, leveled up. Bounty, Millie Osworth, yep. And let's go sell some stuff and go train. I think we get Rend at level 4. Can't really remember, though. And yeah, especially a big part of Classic early on, especially. Let's keep it just a little bit of food. It's only, yeah, that 2 copper's not going to matter. We might not be able to actually get all, if it's more than one skill here. I could sell, like, my shirt or my cloak for a little bit of money if I can't buy here. All my skills. Yeah, I want both the skills. Okay, let me just quickly be right back. And simultaneously, now it's about time I got my action bars set up. But those didn't work at all. Why didn't that work? Oh, it just didn't show. It doesn't show them. Don't I have that ticked on? Oh, we show action bars. Weird. I like seeing all the action bars. Okay, so yeah, let's get a little bit of extra cash. Recruit's pants are worth copper. We're going pantsless. Cloak's probably worth a few coppers. Yeah, that's good. That's the least amount of armor for that much copper. Well, Danos, pantsless. There is a version I was looking up of playing hardcore where you don't ever equip items other than weapons. You can only put things in these 2 slots, and that's it. And that would be insanely. I think that would just be kind of little too hard, and to do it, you just need to be Oh yeah, there is going to be some cross-realm sharding happening, so I am going to see some other players. Okay, well that's fine. I wish there wasn't that. Or not sharding, whatever it's called these days. Anyway, so let's get the charge on. I'll do shift 1, or I could do R. R is normally my movement key, and there's not going to be any other movement. Yeah, let's do R. And Rend, we'll put it 3 for now. Rend is 15 damage for 10 rage over 9 seconds. So it's quite a bit better than Heroic Strike, because Heroic Strike costs 15 rage plus whatever rage your attack would normally produce, because it takes mixed attacks, and then only deals an extra 11. So it's Ren's gonna be the choice of rage spender until I have more than enough rage. So we're just gonna increase those maces a little bit, because yeah, maces are also maces and swords are gonna be our weapons of choice because they have slightly higher skill, and that's really important in Classic to avoid getting parried and getting crits as well, I believe. Hey, got pants. There we go. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, like making things too difficult, and also even just in this challenge that I'm doing, because like obviously the easiest thing to do is to grind on green mobs that are easy to kill. I could do that all the way to 60. It would take forever. I could do it though. That would be the safest way to guarantee that this happens, right? I'm not gonna be doing that. That's really boring. So we're not gonna be doing that. Obviously, I'm still gonna be trying my best. I mean, actually, that could be another rule. Nah, not killing green mobs or doing green quests would be, I think, too difficult. I think, especially as a warrior, you want to be doing green quests pretty often, or not pretty often, but like you definitely are happy to do some green quests and kill some green mobs every once in a while. Yeah, I think that would be kind of a too difficult rule, but let me know what you think. If you think that would make things more interesting, make me kind of push myself along and kind of increase the speed at which leveling's happening and stuff like that. It's all true. That would exactly what would happen. I could see that. I could see that happening. I could see myself doing that. It would definitely make me like, oh man, like I would feel bad like if I was like planning to do a quest and then it leveled out of into being green like right before I did it or something, or planned to do it. That would be unfortunate. All right, let's do it. Should I even hand this in yet? No, let's just go do the well, yeah, let's just go hand this in, go back, do this quest, do the other kobold quest, and then do the other 2 hearth back. Well, what I maybe will do is I'll hand this in. You know, I can't stop myself from thinking of little efficiencies to do. Because I want to hit level 6, and I think I'm not gonna hit that if I just do these quests. And that's it. So what's the best way to do it? What I'll do, I'm gonna go into this mine. I'm gonna fight my way all the way to the back, finishing the quest, and then fight my way all the way out, even if I already finished the quest. And then finishing the other 2 quests should get me pretty close to level 6. So we'll do that. So we'll kill every laborer in this mine. For some reason I thought these laborers were red. Attack power 6. So yeah, this is another thing. You know, not being able to see my stats as well, because a lot of add-ons are used in Classic, like how to show your stats, exactly what's going on with your character. I don't have those. So to see my crit, I got to go to my spell book. You know, and I don't get to see certain things about my character. that you normally would be able to see on your character sheet if you're using add-ons. So that's going to be another layer to not using add-ons. Like a lot of add-ons really don't actually change; they just kind of do convenience stuff. But some add-ons really change like the ease of the gameplay, like a weapon string timer to time kind of kiting as a hunter or any class really, those kinds of things. Ooh, a bag. That's great. Love to see it. But yeah, those kinds of things. I think the no add-ons definitely, obviously, it can only increase the difficulty. I don't know exactly by how much. It's definitely some amount. It's not nothing. But I don't think it's like, wow, that makes that so much more difficult or anything like that. I think it just kind of adds a little sprinkle of difficulty on top, and also kind of makes it a really pure classic experience. I don't know how my UI is, not, all weird and different or anything like that. It looks like WoW. It looks like classic WoW. There's no doubt about it. So, but yeah, something I will say is if you're watching this on YouTube, and you if you're watching, I would ask you to refrain from leaving comments that help me, right? Like suggestions of what to do next, things like that. Even I do want that engagement, and I think that'd be fun to do. Like I like that idea, but I do want this to be like a test of my personal knowledge and personal skill. So, refrain from that. I would ask. I guess, yeah. What would I love to hear from you in the comments? I guess would be just kind of like, if you have like thoughts about like, I suppose maybe things like, thoughts about what professions I should do. Without mentioning like specific recipes and where you get them and stuff like that. Anything like those kinds of things I would ask you to frame from. But if say like, hey, yeah, I think engineering for the warrior is a good choice, or actually I think you should do this, I think that'd be a better choice, and kind of leaving it at that, and kind of don't help me along too much in that respect. Because I want to keep this a test of my personal skill in this game as much as I can. I'm also making a YouTube series, so it's not just about me. I want you guys to be entertained. So, if you want to tell me something, tell me something. I can't stop you, but to keep it in the spirit, don't be like, hey, you forgot this quest and it's really important for this, and this reason. Those kinds of things like. And I play this game a lot. I know the important quests for the most part. I'm sure I'm gonna miss some. Sure there's gonna be some I forget or never knew. I'm sure that's gonna happen too. I said I was gonna fight my way out. I'll get to level 5 here. That will probably get me to level 5 before I leave this mine. The other 2 quests, doing them plus handing in all 3 quests, should get me level 6, I would imagine. And you're always like, if you just do all the quests efficiently and don't kill any extra mobs, you're typically like, half to a third of a level away from 6. So we've grinded about a half a level in here, I think, extra other than the quest. So should be good. Yeah. So, but yeah, things in the comments for the YouTube video. I guess, yeah, kind of like vague suggestions or vague encouragement. Those kinds of things where it's like, hey, this is really cool, or I don't know. Pretty much, I just asked to refrain from specifically helping me out by calling up things I missed or things I should do Um, second pouch, big game. That's what we're talking about. Absolutely. Yeah, or maybe, like, if there's anything you'd like me to explain why I've chosen to do a thing that I didn't explain. There's a lot of things I'm sure that I'm going to do that I'm going to think is just kind of second nature to me, and should, I don't think about how you might not understand it. Or, if you don't know what this game really is, and you're watching this video for some reason, ask questions about the game. Because I'm doing this, I'm going to be assuming that most people are watching this know what WoW is, have played classic WoW. So I'm kind of under that impression from the get-go. So, but let me know if that's not the case. If you've never played WoW before, I would love to hear about that. Fun little charge pathing. Oh yeah, I would love to tell you what I know and share some knowledge about this game, because I think this game's great. I should get my battle shot back on. Oh, another thing I would love to hear from you, especially for this first episode. I'm probably gonna record a bunch of these in a big batch, before I get any feedback, I'm probably gonna have recorded several of these. But I would love to know if any comments on audio quality, balance between game and my voice, or sounding game, music, actual sounds, ambience, that kind of stuff. Any thoughts and feelings about those things? Would love to hear from you about that. So yeah, those are the kinds of things I'd love to hear about the comments, and no assistance. Yeah. I mean, so yeah, we're episode's about half an hour in now, or like the actual gameplay portion of the episode, other than the rules, and we're about a little slower than I thought we would be, but that's okay. Not sure why I didn't charge in there. Be a bit safe. So yeah, we've got these two last quests to do, the Millie's Harvesting Bounty, and then we'll be out of the starting zone. And I guess the first thing I'll do is I'll go get mining, or I might, yeah, because my typical route in Owen is not what I'm going to do, because the typical route involves me going in Fargo Deep Mine relatively early on, where that's quite dangerous. So I won't be doing that. I will probably do a little bit of farming for some money to buy myself some okay gear, some upgrades in the gear department, and staying as shield or going to two-hander. I'm not sure. Shields do add a lot of armor. I mean, not this shield. They do add a good chunk of armor, and they also add a little bit of mitigation, not just in terms of armor, just sometimes blocking for a certain amount. So shields are definitely worth considering. The damage output of a two-hander though is very considerable. I'm sure I'll be switching between and have stances for things and stuff, so I'm gonna have both. But what's gonna be like kind of my main kind of go-to is I'm not 100% sure yet. I guess we'll see how it goes, what kind of drops I get, that kind of stuff. I think playing it safe, I'll probably try and stick to one-hander as much as I can, unless I'm fighting some mobs I feel particularly confident about and stuff like that, or talent trees to go down, stuff like that. Might pick up some, depending on what talent trees I choose. Some two-handed stuff might be better. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Right. Okay, all done on Millie's Harvest. Now it's time to kill Garrick Padfoot. Also, let me know if you want me to like read quest text or anything like that. If like maybe you haven't played this game or you only played Horde or something like that, and if you want these playthroughs to be a bit more like thematic and roleplay, I could totally, absolutely like read all the quests and stuff like that. So you let me know if that's something you're interested in. So this should be like a relatively tough fight, but not really. Rend really helps it. Rend does a lot of damage over time. Really adds to our DPS. So, and the new weapon we have is pretty nice. So nice. We got a chest here. It's really nice getting these bags. We're making it so we're not having to discard any stuff for money. That we could sell for money. That's great. I'm just gonna hearth because I'm probably gonna stop this particular character's recording before I would ever need to hearth again. So we'll hearth back. I think we might not actually get the level from these hand-ins. Yeah, we might not. So let's we'll take the layered tunic. Probably sells for the most, I'd imagine. That's the other thing. That's another add-on I'm gonna miss is no. Classic doesn't tell you the vendor price of an item unless you're already at a vendor. So quest items are gonna have to be best guess, and I have a pretty good sense of what items typically sell for the most. Like staffs sell for a lot, weapons sell for a lot typically. Of course, like plate sells more than cloth typically. So that kind of stuff, and it's never usually a massive difference. Sometimes it's a considerable difference, but not too bad. I don't think I'm gonna hit this level 6, so let's just do a little bit more grinding. Let's go back over here. We've got these 2 quests to hand in. Yeah, we'll grind to like 3 bars from level. That should be good. Now, I think it's worth doing. Then we can just train right there in the Abbey, yeah, I pretty much the pace I'm going right now. Kind of the first each of the first episodes is going to be just like the starting zone for each character. So there's going to be some repetition for sure. But I've been able to talk about relatively relevant things and interesting things this whole episode so far, and I've really only touched on what I'm going to do on this character. Not really anything else. And who knows, maybe I'll just talk about random things that have nothing to do with WoW or this challenge sometimes. I'm sure that's going to happen. There's a lot of space to fill in this. There's going to be this, just thinking about this challenge I've decided to do for myself. Just the amount of time that this will take. Could be years. Literally. I hope the classic era servers are up and running for that long, because this literally could take actual years to do. Because I'm not this I'm gonna be able, right now, nothing. I have some time to spare in my life, but I'm sure that's gonna change. I hope it does, and I know it will. So I'm not going to just devote that much time to this all the time. And I think taking it slow and letting some rest experience accrue, especially on characters, will be beneficial. Early levels, I think it doesn't matter, because, if you get your full rest XP level 6, you burn through it in about 45 minutes. So you wait 10 days to full rest XP, burn through it in 45 minutes. At later levels, definitely worth, because, if you're full rested at level 50, you might never actually catch it to level 60. So definitely worth resting later. Earlier, probably not worth resting that much. I mean, it's gonna happen, but it's not gonna do me too much benefit. Other thing resting really helps in Classic is smooth out those levels, because without doing dungeons, staying on level for the zone that I'm in is going to be tough. Obviously, I'm going to be swapping between zones, like going to Loch Modan, Darkshore, Westfall. Although getting to Darkshore on hardcore is literally impossible. So I won't be doing that. Well, it's not literally impossible, but it is incredibly dangerous. So as a human, or getting to Eastern Kingdoms as a night elf is just not going to be something I do. Yeah, whereas on Horde, like on Alliance, it's just like a struggle. Whereas on Horde, it's easy, no problem. There's literally no danger to it. So that's actually, yeah, something I hadn't really thought about. Like, yeah, like I literally, because normally in like in a speed run, or if I'm just like trying to level efficiently, yeah, as a human, I'd go to Darkshore because there's really good quests there that give really efficient XP, and it just helps you kind of stay kind of at the right level for your content as you go through like the other zones. Just doing some of the quests in Darkshore. And you gotta go there eventually anyway, get some flight pass, you know, it's just a nice thing I like to do earlier on in human character runs. So yeah. Definitely yeah, can't go to Darkshore. Can't go to Kalimdor really until like mid-20s at the earliest, I'd imagine. Like Wetlands is like, you could probably run from Lochmudan to Wetlands. You could probably do that run at level 20. So actually like 20 I could go. But typically I'd want to do it like at level like 13 or 12 or something like that. So it definitely, it's not like a huge delay, but definitely considerable. Definitely noticeable. And as a night elf, Darkshore only until you're at least, yeah. Is there weaponsmith out here? I don't think I have the funds to buy this yet. And yeah, there's better ones. There's better in Goldshire, so I'll hold off on there. Sell all this just to make sure I can buy my upgrades for my class, because I should level from these two handguns, I would imagine. We'll see if this gets me close enough or levels me up outright, then we'll know. 1 bar, eh? Is 1 bar gonna do it? Is this quest up here gonna give me 1 bar? I don't know. I don't think so, because it's just like a really short run hand in. It might. If I'm like half bar off, I'm gonna be a little sad. But flash belt. Hey, it's exactly a bar extra. Perfect. Now we're level 6. Let's go in here. Maybe we could do this in Goldshire too, but it's kind of nice to talk to Lane one last time. Get parry and thunderclap. Great. Thunderclap's actually, I am a defender of thunderclap in the class community. I like it. It's good. It's a good defensive ability. Slows down enemies, attack speed against you, and I think that's good. Oh, we got parry as well. Yes, parry. Great. Love parry. So we have a almost 5% chance to parry, almost 5% chance to dodge, and almost 5% chance to block. All culminating in about a, what is this? 9? No. 9.5 plus, so that's 14 point something percent chance to mitigate or completely dodge damage. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I think I'll stick with shield. I think it's kind of a different playstyle too than typical warriors in classic would do. Two-handers, all about damage, all about pumping the damage and killing things fast. But so I think I'll stick with the shield. I think it'll be interesting. But let me know if you're like, no, we want to see those big numbers, big crits, those kinds of things. We want you to be more reckless, that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, that's another thing I would love to have your opinion on. And also, if you like, if you want me to show every single episode in its entirety, I think that is probably important to do, is just show the entire episode, everything involved in it, and not cut anything. There's going to be some pretty boring episodes if that's the case, but that's okay, because there's going to be times where I'm just professioning or just grinding some mobs, that kind of stuff. But I think that's fine, and I think it's better than cutting things and who knows, maybe I didn't die, that kind of stuff. Or maybe I did, that kind of thing. So I think showing every single minute of being logged in is probably pretty important. All right, let's get some quests. 81 for a mining pick. So, yeah, let's actually I'm gonna have a look quick before I log off here. Hamstring level 8, that's important. So we definitely need 2 silver there. And heroic strength level 8, it's important, but it's not that important. So I would like it. So 8, 4. Fury doesn't have anything. Okay, so 4 silver, 2 minimum. Pikeman shield, and so a gladius. A gladius would be best here. Yes, a gladius would be best. So 536. That's what we're kind of looking for. So there's no point in me getting profession yet then, because I'm not going to use, because in some hardcore runs I would be using a profession to quickly make some money. But I don't think I'll be doing that here. Although I could go get skinning for the meantime, and just skin for some extra cash and just sell the skins right away. Keep a little bit of leather, because I know that engineering requires some amount of leather. So I could do that. That actually probably is not a bad idea. Do some skinning to get some leather, even though I will be able to get leather from other characters. Getting some leather from this guy, just self-sufficient a little bit would be good. All right, but I'll just get one more quest so I don't forget when I come back to this guy. Okay, and let's make this in my home. And that's where we're going to call this episode. Danos has started his adventure towards herodom, and and in the next episode we will be venturing out into Elwyn Forest to slay some boars, mainly boars, and get some levels and get closer towards level 60. And yeah, let me know what you thought about anything about this episode. Sound, content, anything. Love to hear some feedback, and I hope you'll join me for the next time as we probably start with a new class, and we'll come back to Danos in some time. All right, thanks so much. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.